Good evening and welcome to the briefing room. I'm Madhavdas G. Ladies and gentlemen, Madison Square Garden is now the stage for a fresh India-linked political showdown. RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat is in New York for a major Indian-American gathering set to address what is being billed as an event for oneness at the iconic venue. But that message of oneness is being challenged by Mayor Zohran Mamdani, who sees what he calls an exclusionary vision and has made it clear that he does not support the rally. But before we delve deep into Zohran Mamdani's charge sheet against RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat, let's take you through the details of the event itself. What are we talking about? On the 29th of August 2026 is going to be the Universal Oneness celebrations in New York City. This is being organized by the American Hindus for Engagement and Dialogue. The occasion is the RSS's centenary year outreach, and Bhagwat is expected then to deliver, if you can quickly bring up on the screens the next set of graphics, the keynote address. Now, this is, of course, the focus of the event: unity, social and harmony, as well as civic responsibility. The audience will be the Indian American community, and over 5,000 individuals are expected in terms of the footfall there. So what's interesting here is that the theme of Bhagwat's event is universal oneness. And at the same time, you have New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani, who now calls the RSS a group with exclusionary vision. He says that there is deep opposition to such a movement and that India that he knew was pluralistic. Listen in.
The vision of India that I was taught by my family, and the one that I grew up being very familiar with, was of a pluralistic society, of a secular republic that believed in the belonging of each and every person who was from India. It has been incredibly troubling to see the rise of a movement that is predicated on an exclusionary vision of any country, frankly. And so it is one that I find myself in deep opposition to. I don't support the rally, but I don't know if the city has any jurisdiction on canceling a private event.
But this isn't the first time that the RSS is being targeted, and certainly may not be the last. Here's how the RSS has repeatedly been targeted by various foreign institutions in the recent past. The Hindus for Human Rights, RSS does not represent Hindus, is what they say. RSS indulges in hate and persecution. The Indian American Muslim Council has come out to say that he doesn't speak for Indian Americans. The State Department must deny Mohan Bhagwat a visa. The USCRF in recent days has also said, don't grant RSS diplomatic courtesies. Sanctions and travel bans must follow, is their demand as well. And back in India, the Congress party is trumpeting a similar narrative. The Congress is accusing the RSS of sowing hatred in society. Some in the Congress even go on to say that the RSS is a designated terror group in the United States.
वाले लोग हैं ये, इन्होंने समाज में नफरत बोई है, अब नफरत ही इनको मिल रही है, जो बोगे वही तो काटोगे।
न्यूयॉर्क में हो या अमेरिका के पूरे एरिया में हो, इनको उन लोगों ने तो ऑलरेडी आतंकवादी संगठन डिक्लेयर कर चुके हैं, लेकिन अब मोहन भागवत जी विरोध होने के बाद भी वहाँ क्यों गए, ये एक संशोधन का हिस्सा बन चुका है.
But Zohran Mamdani's comments in the past have been quite problematic, and this is why his comments must be studied more closely. Here are some of his controversial takes in the recent past. One is that he has rationalized the October 7th attack. Let's quickly tell you what he has stated. He said that Hamas's attack is a desperate attempt to tell the world that Palestinians are here. He has also, of course, go on to, if you can bring on the other set of graphics. Yes, this is in fact what we were talking about. He's referring to Hamas and saying that this is a desperate attempt to tell the world that Palestinians are here. He has refused to condemn Hamas and said that it's disingenuous to talk about condemning Hamas. Backed Mahmoud Khalil, who's a pro-Hamas activist, and come on, and all those pictures are pretty much there. You can see those pictures of Mamdani and Khalil. Now, in the past, citing Mamdani's track record, the BJP has also hit back at opposition that's today parroting Mamdani's narrative against the sun and has accused the opposition of free speech selectivity.
देखो, हमें तो इनको जो लोग विरोध कर रहे हैं भागवत जी के कार्यक्रम का, उनको मैं बिना मांगी एक ही सलाह दूंगा, उनके कार्यक्रम में वो चले जाएं। उनके अंदर जो कन्फ्यूजन का कीड़ा दिमाग में जो है वो हिचकोले ले रहा है, वो ठीक हो जाएगा।
जनता और 5,000 से 10,000 लोग जो मेडिसिन स्क्वायर पे आएंगे, वो बिल्कुल पीस लविंग यूनिटी के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं और सुनने वाले हैं, जो आदरणीय मोहन भागवत जी बात करने वाले हैं। ऐसे में ममदानी का इस तरह का स्टेटमेंट जो है वो डिविसिव स्टेटमेंट है और कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को उत्तेजित करने वाला स्टेटमेंट है।
Let's quickly take this across to our guest. Joining us is Tehseen Purawala, political analyst. Ratan Sharda, author, is also with us. Tehseen, let me begin with you. Is this a case of selective free speech? Because on the one hand, you have these organizations which talk about, banning the RSS, don't allow the visa for Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, don't allow this particular event itself. You've seen all those comments coming in. Mamdani himself might be saying that he doesn't have the power to curtail it. But what about those who are making such demands?
Thank you for having me on the show, Madhav. But how does that matter? I mean, people have a right to say what they want. I mean,
so why is the Congress party reacting to it then by that same logic?
Because you're going in and asking. I'm on the debate because you're asking.
No, not you. I'm talking about the party spokespersons, whether it's Pawan Khera or others. All those who have responded, including the spokesperson, saying that, you've seen the kind of comments. BJP, the RSS gets what he wants, what they are putting out. Imran Masood, etc., saying, nafrat phailate hain, unko nafrat mil raha hai. Look at the kind of reactions coming in.
We are confusing too many issues here. Point number one. What we should do, and I don't like Mamdani. I think Mamdani is extreme left, and I don't like the left. But I think what Mamdani says makes a little bit of sense. He says, look, I may agree or disagree. I don't have the power to ban it. Can we learn that from New York? Here, let's assume there was an organization that the government did not like or supporters. What would you do? You would have some local level thug or some local level inspector shutting the thing down. There they said, we don't have the power. Can we learn rule of law there? Can we learn respect there? That you don't want to learn. You as a not you. I'm saying that you don't learn. Suddenly virtues of the RSS. Secondly, I agree that the RSS wants to have a program, not have, but how can it get diplomatic protocols? It's not a registered organization. If you're not a registered organization, how do you get, you're not Mr.
What are the diplomatic protocols given?
What you said in the thing that the demand for diplomatic protocols were made. So if they were given, if there is some felicitation from the...
They are saying State Department should cancel the visa. This is not what I am saying. This is what the Indian-American Muslim Council, you heard what USCIRF has said. I'm sure you've also debated what USCIRF has said recently.
Again, somebody can say cancel the visa, somebody can say don't cancel the visa. How does it matter? Who are they to give the visas? The American country that US has to give. The government will see if Mr. Mohan Bhagwat is a bona fide citizen of India or no, and if he is, he can go.
This matters. This matters because these are constituencies which are strongly firmly in support of Mr. Mamdani. Let me bring in Mr. Ratan Sharda also into this debate. Why do those... One second, calm down. Let me bring in Mr. Sharda also. Mr. Ratan Sharda, how does it matter what these individuals say? The entire argument that is coming in from Tehseen is that this is not even worthy perhaps of debate. Yet, you see a flurry of reactions coming in from the opposition when it comes to certain controversial statements that have been made regarding RSS chief's program in New York.
It's worthy of debate because when the Mamdani speaks against RSS or he speaks about exclusive nature of Hindutva, he's getting Hindus targeted in USA, and the diaspora is targeted now with Hindu phobia and all that. So that is the first problem. Second is Mamdani himself, a very, very good Islamist who wants to cancel Jews in New York City itself, who has never stood up for minorities being killed, massacred, persecuted in Turkey, Iraq, or in entire Nigeria, Sudan, etc., where Kurds, the Christians and all of them are being persecuted, never speaks about them. He never speaks about the minorities being killed in Pakistan and Bangladesh, where the population has gone down. But he speaks very approvingly of Prophet's hijrat equal to illegal immigrants in USA. Is that right way to speak about your religion? He makes virtue out of his aunt being sidelined, afraid of going in the metro because of 9/11. So he's trying to normalize 9/11, something very nice to talk about. So my problem is that a person who takes line against Hindus, even when there is no RSS in USA, today he's speaking about it, but he has not spoken ever against the people who actually have talked about this. He's against 370. But is he okay with Islamic slogan of Kashmir saying Rali Chali Ghalib, that either you convert or you leave Kashmir or you get killed? So when he opposes 370, does he oppose the gender equality that came with 370? He talks about EAA, so he wanted the persecuted minorities to have same rights as the people who persecuted them. With all these misleading statements on which he started making statement, he makes statements of Hindus. When he makes statement about minorities. He has to answer. He says, I am the last Gujarati Muslim left on earth. While there is population of Gujarati Muslims today, nearly 6 million, he says, oh, but I am the last Muslim, everybody is massacred.
Yeah,
What is
people
that?
are surprised.
He says, Modi
Let me
is a
take
war
that question.
criminal. So
Yeah,
he
I
says a
can't-
war criminal. So is Modi war criminal despite SRT Supreme Court clearing? So when he makes all these statements, when he talks about it, definitely we have to respond.
All right,
Okay,
Tehseen,
can I
respond to that. I think that's a fair point that Mamdani very often engages in hyperbole, especially his comments regarding Prime Minister. He's called him a war criminal, saying that people are surprised when they know I'm a Gujarati Muslim because they thought there are no more Gujarati Muslims left. You know, all of these kinds of statements show either it's complete ignorance or he's faking it. I don't know which is worse.
He is not even an Indian Muslim. He's third generation Ugandan Gujarati.
I think
Tehseen, respond.
Okay, I can't believe I have to defend this Mamdani, but look, what is the fact? He never spoke against Jews in New York. Again, I can't believe I'm defending him. What he said was he is against the Israeli Prime Minister, Netanyahu. He said, and in fact, he campaigned with Jews. Number two, Indian Hindus in New York voted majority. That's the data. Voted majority for him. Hindus actually did. The Indians voted, and they voted Democrat out there. And even now, except for this one exception with Trump, the Democrats vote for the Hindus vote for the Democrats. That's the data in the US. Third, he may have said something about the Prime Minister, which I personally tweeted again, saying that it is silly. But, I mean, that is a political opinion. Fourth, and I don't agree with it. Fourth, he said people thought there are no Muslims left in Gujarat. Even I was misunderstood, saying he's the lie. He didn't say, I'm the last Gujarati Muslim. He said people thought he was the last. So he can make statements. That's how politicians do. Politicians make. Last, did he comment on CA? I mean, people comment on laws all across the country. We comment on the gun laws. I don't know how Mamdani is suddenly so important because Mohan Bhagwat...
No, because so many people are seeking validation. Tehseen, the point over here is this. One second. The number of politicians today seeking validation in Mamdani's comments just because he has said something opposed to RSS. That is why it has sparked a debate. You just heard Mr. Ratan Sharda as well.
I think what he said, and I think the only thing of substance which India should learn from the US, and I think we should, is how we should not curb freedom of speech. It is absolutely Mohan Bhagwat Ji's right to go to New York and talk. That's his freedom of speech. We should hold by that. And he held it. We don't do that in India.
Okay. Ratan Sharda, respond. Okay, I'm allowing your question. Ratan Sharda, end of the day, Mamdani disagrees with the RSS, but he has said that I don't have the power to stop this event. And that shows the level of tolerance even to those who come from a different point of view, different opinion, which one might oppose. Your response to this?
He said, I would not allow it. I don't have the power. There is a difference. So if he had a power, he would ban it. And imagine he is calling Hindutva or Hindus as exclusivist while he is supporting the Islamic exclusivity where the minorities don't have any special rights. In fact, many places not even rights where Islamic rule works. He's fine with that, but he's not fine with India. They have got every right where Muslim population increase more than the more than the numbers anywhere else, while minority population Islamic states are going down. So what kind of person you are supporting just because you got an extra grant with RSS?
And if he's an apologist for these Hamas supporters, let me take that point of view across. Tehseen, you should respond to that. If he's an apologist for these Hamas supporters, if he refuses to condemn Hamas, why should such a person even be a poster boy, or why should his comments be taken up by opposition or any political party for that matter seriously?
He supports persecution of Jews in New York, saying cancel them. That's what he said
I don't
openly.
think he said that. I think that's not right. He's not said that. As much as I don't like Mamdani, may I just make my point? As much as I don't like Mamdani, I don't think he said that. I think what he said, and I do remember seeing his speeches because I did follow how he was going to win. He did say that he would even go to the synagogue. He would like to be with them, and he would celebrate with the Jewish community as Mayor's responsibility to be inclusive. I think he was very clear on that. He disagreed with Netanyahu. Those are two separate things. Now he could be a Hamas apologist. I don't know those statements. If he is, I think it's terrible. I don't know why anyone should support the Hamas. But again, the question that I'm asking Ratanji and he's not answering is why the hell does India need validation?
Okay. Let's calm down. The point is, I got your point. You're now repeating it the third time. Completely out of time. Sorry, I'm interrupting. I'm completely out of time. Tehseen Poonawalla, Ratan Sharda. Clearly, of course, comments that have stirred up a massive controversy. What will happen on Saturday is something that we're going to be tracking very closely. We're certainly going to cover that particular event and all eyes on what really are the statements that come out of it.